Well, let's see. This is the first time I'm doing live on this new channel. I wonder if this is going to work, and I wonder if he's even a bit anybody is watching. But anyway, in case if you're watching, oh my God, an eclipse! It's apocalypse of eclipse. What's happening? Oh no. So yeah, let's come back to Earth. Let's come back to Earth. Let's come back to reality. Let's come back to the real life. Okay. This is not a movie trailer. This is not, this is the summer movie you're about to watch. Oh my God, eclipse is happening. Everybody is wanting me to make video on what is gonna happen with eclipse, right? What's happening, man? What's happening with eclipse? I want to know. Well, first of all, the truth is about the eclipse of August 21st. 70% of you will wake up and you'll scratch your head, probably wash your ass, take a shower, go to work, hate your job, come back, fight with your wife or husband, eat some lot of food, go back to sleep, and that's it. That's pretty much going to be the eclipse for 70% of the people. I would say 65 to 70%. Okay, so all these dramatization that you come across of, my God, this is the time where love is going to be transformed, and my God, you're going to come out of your shell, and oh my goodness, we're going to go turn 360 degrees and we're going to enter a new dimension. Let's be real. Let's be astrologically be real. More than 70% of you are not going to feel nothing with this clip. It's going to come. It's going to happen. Everything's going to go back to normal. It's going to be news as always. Okay. So first of all the people who are saying, is there something dramatic that's going to happen on eclipse? Well, there's dramatic things happening before the eclipse. Okay. And there were dramatic things happening 3 months before the eclipse, 6 months before the eclipse, 9 months before the eclipse. I can give you news every day of some horrific thing happening in the world. And I can give you just in the last 8 months, 9 months, from Donald Trump presidency to all the way up to now, many, many things that will look like it was an eclipse upon the United States. So it seems like that's a very, very long eclipse. Okay. So that's the first thing I'm going to say about eclipse. Nothing's going to happen to your life. You're not going to be going upside down. You're not going to be entering into a new dimension. The only time eclipse matters for an individual is, first of all, in a horoscope, we look at something known as Mahadashas, Antradashas, meaning Bhukti. The major cycle of a planet, sub-cycle of a planet. We're all going through some cycle. We have to first see, is this cycle showing any kind of a transformation or change? Is the 8th house becoming active through one of your planetary time periods known as Vimshotri Dashas? If that is happening, okay, we're like, okay, this is the place you, Miss or Mr. XYZ, you guys are going to have major transformation come in between, let's say, this 8-month period. You're going to go through a major transformation. Then if you, let's say, want to finalize that answer, then you look at the transit of major planets like Jupiter, Saturn, North Node, South Node, like Rahu and Ketu. Then you look at their transit and you're like, okay, I really feel like this is the period where it's going to be doing its work. And especially if, let's say, I see in your particular chart that a transformation is happening, and within the middle of the transformation, Rahu, Ketu eclipse, or the solar eclipse is happening. I'm like, all right, this is going to be a major change happening. Positive, negative, that something is very unpredictable because it's Rahu and Ketu. But if, let's say, your Mahadasha, Antradasha planets of Vedic astrology, the cycle planets are showing something more positive change. Let's say, 8th Lord is sitting in the 11th house. 8th Lord is sitting in the 2nd house. Suddenly you can have inheritance coming in your life. So that could happen. Maybe let's say on eclipse, your grandparents pass away, who's a multimillionaire, and your name comes up in will that you're going to get $3 million from his multimillionaire estate. And okay, positive transformation occurred. But for me to like now start spitting out things just to make you guys all excited, like, oh my God, our dimension is happening and this is happening and that is happening, that's just not going to happen, Sonny. Very few people will see the major transformation. Also, one thing if you want to see a concrete example, okay, a concrete example of a major shift or change. If you have north or south node of the moon in your ascendant and 7th house, in the sign of Leo and Aquarius, as it is right now, and especially if they're within the first 5 degrees of those signs, and this eclipse is happening, most definitely you are going to go through a major transformation. Like if let's say you were thinking about, oh, I think I'm going to leave my spouse. I think I want to leave my spouse. I don't like him. I don't like him. This eclipse can suddenly make that decision final for you. That's where this eclipse matters. Otherwise, you're going to wake up, you're going to go on your job, you're going to go on to your home, you're still going to text your boyfriend, you're still going to text your girlfriend and how much you hate them right now and how much they love you and all that. Life's going to go on. There's nothing big shift happening. The only time the shift happens of eclipse is when they're in your 1st and 7th axis as an individual, because 1st house is your body. Body, mind, and soul are right there in the ascendant. 7th house is the bhavad bhavam of the 7th house, meaning 7th or 7th from the 7th is the 1st house. So the 1st 7th axis is that bhavad bhavam axis. So it kind of represents you, the mirror of you. This is why 1st 7 axis of eclipse and Rahu Ketu always bring transformation. Now, out of all of you, how many people are actually going to go through this? Probably a very few people. That's it, a very few people. Where it would matter if, let's say, I'm doing mundane astrology. Okay, so let me show you something. Because I can't share a screen on this software, broadcasting software, I took a picture of the software on my cell phone. Hopefully I don't show you my nudes. That's gonna be bad. Those are only for my wife. So if you look at this is the chart of United States. Okay, the inner plate is the United States chart. The outer is the transit. So you see that Saturn and Scorpio on top of United States horoscope. So eclipse is happening on the 10th and 4th house. 10th house and the 4th house. Okay, of United States. And moon is right there on the 4th house of this eclipse. Okay. So now looking at this eclipse point of United States, that okay, it's happening in its 4th and 10th house. How much is it going to affect United States in terms of this big eclipse that is happening over US? The thing is, especially when it comes to foreign relations, with foreign relation, it can have an impact. However, I really don't see it that big of an impact. But here's the thing about United States. Okay, and you know what? I think I just realized, because the chart that I just showed you, I think United States had a Sagittarius ascendant, not Scorpio. My bad. Let me check one more time here. Because apparently online there's a time of birth of 4:50 a.m. Now, some people say that, I'm going to take a picture of this chart again. So some people are saying that this is the chart of United States. Here, let me see. I want to make sure my nudes are not popping up on this. That'll be a scary sight. So this is something that they say is a chart of United States, because Rahu Mahadasha just started. And Rahu is apparently in the 8th house according to some. Now, according to some, it's Scorpio. However, we're in Rahu Mahadasha. As a United States of America, we are in Rahu Mahadasha. And we just entered Rahu Mahadasha on April 2016. And because Rahu's transit, so let's say if I'm wrong, and we are a Scorpio ascendant. So whenever we go through a Mahadasha as a country or as an individual, the transit of the Mahadasha Lord becomes very, very important. That's one of the basic rules in Vedic astrology. So here, looking at, the transit of transit of Rahu upon the 10th house of United States, which represents our professional image into the world. Because remember, it's in mundane astrology, 10th house is not the career. 10th house represents the world, how the world sees us. Remember that in mundane astrology. It's about how the world is seeing you as a country. Because Rahu, Ketu are going to come in, the world, especially because of Rahu Mahadasha, the world will change its view of United States. There will be a transformation on what the view is of United States. That's the major thing that's going to happen. Now, could Kim Jong-un blast a missile on that day just because it's eclipse? We don't know. Okay? He could do that because Rahu Mahadasha is very unpredictable. Rahu Dasha, you can't really be all that specific. Okay? So Rahu the Mahadasha becomes very unpredictable, so he could not. If it was in Jupiter, I would have said no, it's not. But in Rahu, it could. However, it's more to do with the image. Like people will be like, my goodness, United States is a different country now. Whether it's a good one or bad one, that really has to be seen based on which ascendant is right. Because right now, if it's a Scorpio ascendant, then Rahu's in the 9th house, which is the Marna Karka position of Rahu. Which those countries are not really going to respect that aspect of the United States. At least for the next 5 years. And especially if you see Donald Trump as president, nobody really appreciates him in foreign countries. So that can see it. But as far as like some dramatic event, it can happen anytime, you guys. September 11th didn't need a solar eclipse to happen. An event like September 11th, if it happened on solar eclipse of anywhere in the world, I would have been like, wow, this is profound. This is big. But the thing is, we have been having problems before eclipse. We're going to have problems after eclipse. Eclipse is just a point where some people are able to find transformation. For some people, that gate opens. Especially with eclipse, what happens is they say your ancestral spirits are very much visible. Like if you wanted to connect with your ancestral spirit, you wanted to connect with beings of other planes, this eclipse time period is that one time for 2 minutes where you can connect with them. And that 2 minutes of information is equivalent to 2 years of conversations with them. That's why in the old days, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Hindus, the Egyptians, all did big rituals on eclipse day. Because they knew they can connect with other beings. Beings of different dimensions, beings of different planetary systems, different galaxies. But because of that time and space warp with the eclipse, they can give you such information that you'll be like, oh my God, I feel like I just had information of 5 years worth of conversation. That's what really eclipse is on spiritual level. But if as far as like some big event is going to happen, it could not. It can happen before and after. I personally don't see it happening, especially if we are a Scorpio ascendant. If it's Sagittarius, yes, that would be more making sense because Rahu's in the 8th house as a Mahadasha Lord for United States of America. And Rahu having its eclipse right on the 9th house of United States luck and bhagya, that's where we can see, okay, some major events happen. But remember, eclipse is not a century-long event that's going to affect you. Eclipse can affect a certain deal temporarily. Let's say on eclipse day, they can pass the new Trump care, where 30 million people will lose their health care. But in the long run, it may or may not affect us as big. But as far as individual level is concerned of eclipse, no more than 30% of you are going to feel it, even if that. I think I'm being generous. Here, no dramatic love shifts is happening, no Pandora box is opening up. So don't think of these dramatization of astrology out there that you may come across. It's nothing of that is happening. Only for a select few will happen. Okay, so just enjoy your day on August 21st. You'll probably be paying some bills on August 21st. And then if you guys talk about, well, I broke up with my boyfriend, girlfriend on this day, well, first we have to look back in your chart. Was there a possibility of your breakup? Was the 6th house becoming active of arguments? Was 8th house becoming active of sudden endings? Okay, now we know breakup is supposed to happen. And because of that eclipse, and because of the narrowing of that time period, we saw that, okay, you will break up around this month of August. And okay, well, it happened on eclipse. That makes sense. But I don't think there's nothing is happening. Even if big changes happen, they happen very slowly. So if, let's say, Congress passes a law on eclipse day, it'll have a slower effect. This is all like movies, and it's like a coming attraction, like videos you might see a lot on YouTube. Like something big, eclipse, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What is in store for you? And you get into it, you get sucked into it, and you're like, okay, awesome, this is gonna be something big event, and it comes and goes by, and you're like, well, that was entertaining. There's nothing happening. In personal level, please look at your horoscope first. Look at your chart. Where are the North Node and South Node? If they're in the 3rd, 9th axis, 2nd, 8th, 11th, 5th, it's not bringing out any dramatic event. Otherwise, all 7 billion people will go through a shift together. Now, if that happens, my goodness, I will be like, wow, I'm going to study every single eclipse from here on out. But that's not going to happen. So, anyway, just wanted to make that. This is my first live video on this new channel. And also to all the new people on this channel, I have opened in the last month the Nakshatra reading and the Navamsha Nakshatra reading. Because what's going to happen is my teacher, my Nakshatra teacher, Dr. Arjun Pai, Sandeep, I pretty much call them the Pi team. Like there's the A team, there's the Pi team for my main channel, KR's channel. They're going to come on my channel. They're going to start discussing fixed stars. Because Dr. Pai has been asking me for a long time, like, you know what, we want to get into fixed stars. So just 2 days ago, he had an email exchange with me, like, let's do a fixed star video. I'm like, let's do it. So they're going to come out and talk about fixed stars. Fixed stars are not nakshatras. Those are individual elements that make up a nakshatra, like a one individual star, like Spisa. That, my God, when you learn, okay, forget zodiac signs. I feel like I can no longer just look at zodiac signs anymore. My brain does no longer connects with them. But when you use nakshatra and the fixed star meaning with the nakshatra, the most brilliant of analysis comes out. I mean, it'll tell you. It is so amazing that it'll tell you that what color of shirt your spouse might wear on their birthday. I mean, it is the story of fixed stars, studying the fixed stars, with the nakshatras. I mean, we're going deep into astrology. So naturally, I love now doing nakshatra readings because now I see, like, now I just see it. I'm like, this is who you are. That's it. That's your script. You're going to live that script throughout your life. Whether you live 70 years, 80 years, 50 years, that script that is given to you, it's going to play out in that 50 years. It's crazy. You guys will love it. So make sure you subscribe to the new channel, or not new channel, I'm sorry, my main channel, KR's channel, because that's where we're going to go deep into these fixed stars and whatnot. Nakshatras are everything. You guys don't get it. And I don't know how. See, this is where I want to dramatize things. You know, like you see a video on YouTube, oh my God, it's time for a big transformation and your world's going to go upside down with the eclipse. I should make that. Your world's going to go upside down with nakshatras. I would probably use the word F the eclipse. Forget it. Nakshatras will blow your mind more than eclipse. And then after you study nakshatra, if you study the fixed star, just so let's say if you have a nakshatra, okay, let's say if you have a nakshatra of Pushya, whatever constellation that each star, the fixed star that Pushya is made of, just with that reading and the Pushya reading, it might take up to 40 minutes just to describe one nakshatra in your birth chart and who you are to an absolute T. I'm telling you right now, all the people who are watching from a Western point of view or just basic Vedic astrology point of view, forget zodiac signs. Just focus, study nakshatras. Buy all the nakshatras books. Buy all the nakshatra courses you can. Learn nakshatras and you will spiritually evolve. I was watching this great video yesterday. Those of you who speak Hindi, you'll be amazed. Go on YouTube and type in Osho Rajneesh on astrology. I put it on my Facebook. He talks about nakshatras. He's not talking about zodiac signs. He's talking about nakshatras and how important they are. And especially at 11th minute or 22nd minute, he talks about the value of ascendant nakshatra. The nakshatra that is rising from the horizon when you're born. That nakshatra defines everything who you are. Watch that video. It's mind-boggling. There's eclipse stuff. I absolutely don't give a shit about it. I don't even give a shit about monthly transit horoscopes. I don't. If you want to know that truth, I absolutely don't like making it. I only do it because you guys want to know, you guys want to learn. I have no interest in it because for me now my tunnel vision is all about nakshatras, fixed stars. So that's me in a nutshell. Osho Rajneesh. O-S-H-O. But the thing is, he's talking in Hindi. He's not talking in English. For this, he has it written in one of his books in English form, that entire video. But that video itself is in Hindi. So unless you speak Hindi, or unless somebody can put subtitles on a video, it's a tedious task because it's an hour and a half long video just on nakshatras by Osho Rajneesh. Brilliant video. You're a Leo, what can you expect? Well, depends. Are you a Leo ascendant? Are you a Sun Leo? Moon Leo? And on top of that, remember what I was saying early on in the video. If your Mahadashas, Antradashas do not show any transformation, this eclipse is going to come and go. And it ain't going to do nothing. It's a Leo ascendant. Okay, so now in your case, Dawn, because you're a Leo ascendant, if it's Vedic astrology, not Western. In Western, you could be a Cancer. If it's Vedic astrology and you are a Leo ascendant, Rahu, Ketu transit or eclipse is happening right on your 1st and 7th house, yes, you will go through a major transformation. A transformation could happen. We want to see if your Antradasha and Mahadasha is also showing a transformation. But even without that, you will feel a change within you. Absolutely. No Vedic, yeah, so you'll feel a change. you'll feel some difference. What type of difference? Well, I don't know your chart, so I can't really see what planets are they're going over or what other planets are going to aspect your ascendant, so Leo is your 8th house. No, unless it's the first and seventh axis, it's not really going to be felt unless we look at your horoscope. If it's not the first and seventh axis of Rahu Ketu, just go to sleep, wake up, go to work, do your thing. Ain't nothing's going to happen with the eclipse. It's all like, just made up hype, hogwash to get all the views and whatnot. Rahul, huh? You have your Rahul in Purva Falguni. I'm sure a guy named Rahul will be pissed at hearing that. It's Rahu. Rahul is an Indian name. Oh man, I'm so exhausted. You have no idea. I've been finishing. Let me show you. I've been trying to finish this book, and I'm up till like 2 a.m. reading this. The Divine Forces of the Lunar Nakshatras. This book goes deep into the mythological stories. The thing is, this book is not going to give you some like predictions like, oh, this is going to happen. No, it goes into the Puranas. It goes into what the roots of the nakshatra is. And from there, I now know how to decode those lines and interpret that into real life in terms of prediction. So I'm reading that, man. I'm like so tired. Like reading, I get sleepy when I read, man. Gotta be some combination. Exactly. More than eclipse is gonna be chaos apocalypse on y'all. But yeah, just make sure we're gonna make this video on the fixed stars probably by end of this week or next week. What about veganism? Hey man, that's a great thing to do on eclipse day if you can. Make that switch. It should be the easiest switch actually on eclipse day because you'll have the blessings of the ancestors. Who already did fixed stars? Oh, well, hey, oh yeah, Joni is an expert on fixed stars as well. So, that's a good thing you mentioned because I might want to bring her as well on my channel to talk about fixed stars. Actually, that's right. I should bring her with the Pi team to talk about fixed stars because I know she is very good in those. She's actually connected to, if I'm not mistaken, the Palladians. So she is very deep into those things. Did at the age of 4 or 16 you had a near-death experience? Vanu Parpulji, the one who had the Bharni Nakshatra. Do I believe in curses on ancestral lineage? Absolutely. Some of the yogas in a birth chart of Rahu, especially Rahu, can give ancestral curses, lineage curses. So absolutely, you might want to see a guru, a blessings of a guru when you have those curses, to have the thing forgiven. Jupiter Mahadasha started. Well, I can't really say anything about it unless I see your chart because Jupiter can be good, bad, and ugly. And believe me on the ugly part, I've seen that part of Jupiter. Well, if it was told through a Vedic astrologer, yeah, they could be right. If it was told by a psychic that you have some ancestral curses, you might want to make sure that the psychic is legit. Also, you want to make sure that the Vedic astrologer who's telling you about the curses are not trying to sell you expensive remedies. Like, oh, you're going to have to spend $5,000 to do this and that. Once you hear that, you need to get up and walk away and leave. Will a person with Rahu Mahadasha? Yeah, but only remember on first and seventh axis. Even if you're going through Rahu Mahadasha, first and seventh axis, but also you want to see what planet Rahu is going to transit over in Leo, over you. So if you have a planet in Leo at that particular degree, because Rahu Ketu are about to leave Leo and Aquarius. So if they're in the beginning of that degree, yes, you will feel some major change and shift in there. Vedic degree eclipse, I think it's around 3 degrees or 2 degrees. Let me see here. If I do this, it's actually, no, it's less than 1 degree. It's like 0.007 degrees. My God, they're just about to shift. They're about to change signs, man. They're about to change signs, man. On 21st, it'll be at 0.077. Yeah, pretty much by September, they'll enter Cancer and Capricorn. My God, let me see how much. Woo! Got a lot of work. Man, got a lot of work. I'll be up late tonight. So anyway, I guess you guys want to hang out with me. Want to Ooh, gotta take my vitamins now. See, when you go vegetarian, you gotta make sure you take your B12. Vitamins, they're good. I will do a nuclear dance. How about that? I'll sit on a missile and then do the dance with a green screen. Yeah, you got to take those vitamins. They help you. They actually give me more energy, actually. I like taking them at night because then I'm up to like 12 or 1. I'm like I'm already feeling it in my head, like I'm getting energy. So anyway, guys, that was it for my eclipse video. Nothing dramatic. It was a boring movie. But the thing is, I also gave you a boring trailer so you knew what to expect. Okay? Bye-bye.